New stories of love, power, and purpose. A global invitation to experiment with the unknown. Written and narrated by Christiane Seuhs-Schoeller. Dedicated to my son Conrad.
Forward. The secret sauce. Not knowing is most intimate. There's a Zen koan I love. It is only 6 lines long, with the punchline being, not knowing is most intimate. The first time I read those words, I felt something inside me click. Somehow, somewhere, this internal voice said, of course. Simultaneously, I laughed a big belly Buddha laugh, and my body relaxed. Zen sure has a knack for getting to the essence of a thing. And Christiane Seuhs-Schoeller has a talent for unpacking essence into full-throated stories chock full of wisdom. In her book, New Stories of Love, Power, and Purpose, a global invitation to experiment with the unknown, Christiane makes a case for standing confidently in uncertainty. The unknown transforms from something feared to a gateway of abundance, a path to more love, power, and purpose in your life and your work. Like the koan, Christiane claims not knowing is a most intimate condition, signaling that you are indeed on the right path. In the author's own words, quote, "There it was, the vastness, the liberation, the curiosity, the joy, the ease, the love and power of not knowing," unquote. Sounds counterintuitive, huh? How could this possibly be true? How is not knowing the key to greater love, power, and purpose? Listen on, dear listener, listen on. Her stories are poignant, instructive, and comforting. Christiane invites us to accompany her on a personal journey of discovery. We tag along as she dives deep into some of the most fundamental yet tricky aspects of being human. She reveals, for example, how surrender becomes a positive act, not a passive condition. Further, she argues that surrender is not simply giving up or being satisfied with whatever comes your way, but it has the same power as its close cousin, uncertainty. Both can transform. Again, in her own words, surrender becomes the act of, quote, bringing your whole self to be of service, individually and collectively, to be of service to your own purpose, to a larger purpose, and ultimately to the greater whole, unquote. This 2-step dance with the unknown and surrender forms the backdrop upon which she probes the depths of love, power, and purpose. As Christiane suggests we all do, I've been running my own experiments on various aspects of my life. How I work, how I live day to day, and even how I love. Seeing life itself as a grand experiment has dramatically changed how I view myself and my work in the world. For example, motivated by frustration and cynicism about 20 years ago, I began to experiment with radically new ways of working. Fed up with status quo options, I became ready and broken enough to reevaluate my beliefs about how work gets done. It was terrifying at the time, and it meant I had to unlearn most of what I thought I knew and surrender to something greater than myself, something that was just beyond my grasp of understanding. But as I stepped into and confronted my fear, a world of opportunity opened. Ultimately, one thing led to another all those years ago as I danced with fear and uncertainty. Eventually, in 2007, I found myself as a co-founder of Holacracy One. Little did I know then, but this company would publish a set of rules, call the practice of those rules Holacracy, and ultimately turn how work gets managed on its head. 15 years later, I'm a different person, with a changed view of what an organization is, a much deeper sense of my power, a sharper understanding of my purpose, an abundance of love in all aspects of my life, even love of work. And, dear listener, it was in the context of holacracy practice where I first met Christiane some 10 years ago. I put to you when Christiane invites us to experiment with the unknown. She invites us to develop a set of...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?